I know that you're really big on manifestation, right? So how did that come to pass for you? How did that become a part of your teaching? Because you talk a lot about manifesting.
Yeah, so that was actually, it stemmed from my mom again, and she got me into the first video or movie that I watched with her was The Secret, and I feel like that's everyone's kind of like doorway, you know, and it doesn't have,
for sure.
Yeah, and it's, you know, kind of like the entryway for most people because it's soft enough that, you know, most people can understand it, but then it gets way deeper. And I love just experimenting with that when I was younger. And my mom always raised me to let me know that you can do anything. Like, just think about it, you can create it. And then we started getting into this material called the Seth material. And that,
what is the Seth
so it's
material?
by,
I've never heard of that. I was like,
Jane Roberts. She's basically like a channeler, really similar to Abraham Hicks.
Okay.
Yeah, but it kind of goes really deep into the way that our reality really is. Basically, Jane Roberts, it's pretty esoteric, but she channels this, like, I believe he's from the fifth dimension, and this entity named Seth, which is actually just a higher version of herself.
It's kind of like the Law of One, right? The Law of One channel material.
Yep. So super similar to that. Yeah. And it's just, it was really fascinating stuff. And so for me, getting into manifestation was a stem off of that, realizing that your reality is whatever you make it. Your mind, just consciousness, wherever you place your consciousness, that's what you're going to get reflected back to you. And so just experimenting with that, with different things that I wanted to create in my life, and realizing some really big stuff came from just doing almost nothing. Yeah. And just practicing basically where I could take my mind and what I could believe myself to be.
Yeah.
And that would then get reflected back. And also there's like that weird, because people try to manifest like some big, you know, wealth or whatever the case may be. But then there's that dark side of manifestation, because there's a reason why you don't have that yet. And so when you try to manifest it and you're not quite that energy or that person yet, you're going to get reflected back to you all those different lessons that you need to learn first before you get the wealth. But when you're asking for it, when you're trying to manifest it, you're going to attract to you every single experience that will create you into the person that can then attain and hold that. But some people aren't ready to face those different things, and they're wondering, oh, why is all of a sudden this happening and this happening and this happening? It's like, well, the universe is rearranging itself to create you into that being that can have whatever amount of income that you want to have per year. But you need to listen to it, and you need to be ready for like the integration of all of that. So